Okay, suppose that A was bigger than B is bigger than C is bigger than D is bigger than 0. We need to find the correct relation symbol, in other words, bigger than, less than, or equals, to put in between these ratios, these fractions. Now, there's a couple different ways to approach this. One's the purest way, which would be I usually like to try to look at them and compare them to 1. So in the first example, we have a C over an A, but remember that C is actually less than A. So this fraction here is going to be less than 1. Its denominator is larger than its numerator. On the other hand, if we take a reciprocal of it, A is now on top, C is on the bottom, so the bigger number is in the numerator, meaning this fraction is going to be larger than 1. So that means that the correct relation symbol is going to face this direction. Now, you should try to do those other two on your own using comparison to 1. But for those who are preparing for example, standardized tests, this is a beautiful problem for just plugging in some numbers and seeing how it works. So this is a particular case. This doesn't prove anything, but it does allow us to see intuitively what's going on with the numbers. So I'm going to make A4, B3, C2, and D1. And by doing so, C over A would be 2 over 4. A over C would be 4 over 2. So now it's much easier to compare numerically what is bigger, 1/2 or 2. And therefore, we can see that the relation symbol is facing the correct direction. Let's plug in the other two for efficiency, but always pause the video and think about how these compare to 1. But just as numerical quantities, B over A with our plug-in numbers would be 3/4, whereas A over C would be 4 over 2. Notice yet again, the one on the left was less than 1, the denominator is larger than the numerator, and the one on the right is bigger than 1. So yet again, the comparison goes this way. Now in the third example, D over C and D over B, if we were to replace our numbers, D is 1 in both cases. So we have D over C being 1 over 2, and D over B being 1 over 3. So think about it. If you won $1 million, would you rather split that amongst 2 other winners or 3 other winners? And the answer is probably 2 other winners, because there's less people to split it up amongst, means that you get a larger share. So in this case, both of the numbers were less than 1, so our comparison to 1 wouldn't work very well. But we can still see, since the larger denominator implies a smaller fraction, that D over C will be larger than D over B.